What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Let's Talk. And this one is going to be a little bit Zelda related. So I was watching that sweet E3 2019 Breath of the Wild trailer for the sequel, and it got me thinking about what I would like to see from the game. And so that's what this Let's Talk is going to be about. Let's see what's on my mind and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. What would you like to see from the Breath of the Wild sequel? One of the first things I like to see is bringing over the previous game data. Like me, I'm still got one or two more things to finish with the DLC, but I would like to see like the fully powered Master Sword and the bike, if you have it, where you can start with having those already off the chain. Now, for this game, well, go back a little bit. One of the actual complaints I know I had about the game was like the Master Sword running out of energy. I didn't have a problem with like other weapons breaking. I had a problem with the Master Sword doing that. So for this one, I don't want the Master Sword to run out of energy. Just make it where like, yeah, you have the Master Sword, but other weapons work better on other enemies. So, for instance, if you're in the Hebra region where it's snowing, you have the Master Sword, and you can beat one of the enemies with the Master Sword, but it'll work better if you have like a flame element weapon. If you're in uh, I forgot the name of it, the Elden region where the volcano is, where the Gorons live. If you have ice arrows and ice weapons, they work better than having the Master Sword. That way, you can use those weapons and then have the Master Sword as a backup weapon. Basically, I mean that's basically what I would like to see. Have those weapons, have the other weapons break, but don't have the Master Sword run out of energy, because it just, to me, that doesn't make any sense to me, unless you're going to bring a certain villain in, and I'll get to that a little bit later. For this game, I done broke. Y'all that want co-op, y'all done broke me. So let's have Zelda be the, I guess the best way to call it is the sidekick character, I guess, where you know how you have Midna or Tetra or the King of Red Lions in various other Zelda games. This time, make it be Zelda, and since this Zelda truly cannot fight, have it where she can get her. You can use her for magic purposes. Let her have the magic meter or whatever, and let her use the magic for the most part for this one. Because especially since now we know that her Triforce is active, she should be able to use that. Now, here's the problem where I think it's going to probably be a little controversial, I guess you could say. Have it where Ganondorf is not the villain of the game. Have it where this incarnation of Ganondorf knows about Demise and realizes the only way to beat him is for Zelda, Link, and himself to work together to finish him off. Have the game be about collecting the Triforce of Power and Courage for Link and Ganon, respectively. This way, you could have Demise being revived as a true villain, and the goddesses making the Triforce separate on purpose in order to, have a representative of each of them take him down, because I don't see why they would ever introduce Demise and Skyward Sword as the overarching villain to never have him in another game. To me, that's just silly, and especially now after playing the majority of the games in the Zelda universe, having Ganondorf not be the villain would make sense. Just have him be like, you know, part of the trio that has, because the game does revolve around courage, wisdom, and power, and just have it where they have to team up to beat him, and then you can expand upon that legend from Ocarina of Time about the goddesses and what really happened when they made the Triforce. You have it like that. I would love to see a return of Dark Link, and this time have like a Dark Zelda and a Dark Ganondorf, and have it where you have to defeat all of those to get to Demise, basically. And bring back the dungeons. I didn't mind the shrines. I just felt like there were way too many of them, and they always felt tedious to get through. Instead of having like the 120, this time have it where it's like either 50 or 75. 50 to 75, I think, is a good number, and have true dungeons, the true Zelda dungeons that we used to get. I mean, I kind of miss those in Breath of the Wild, so I would like to have like a mix of the actual dungeons and the shrines. But if you put the shrines in there, have them for like uh I guess a purpose or whatever, other than just getting around the actual map. You know, I mean, the shrines did serve a purpose in the game, but to me it was just they got to the point where they were just a pain to get through. And for the love of time, please bring back the hook shot. I mean, now I got completely selfish reasons for wanting the hook shot back, and that's so I can have it back in Smash Brothers. But yeah, bring back the hook shot. I miss that. That's like one of my favorite Zelda weapons or items to use, and I truly kind of miss that actual item. So that's my thoughts on what I would like to see in the Breath of the Wild sequel. Leave a comment, let me know what you would like to see. Would you like to see Zelda playable? Would you like to see Zelda, Ganondorf, and Link all working together? Would you like to see the return of Demise and have him as the villain going forward, seeing as how they introduced him like that? Would you like to see him in that role? Leave a comment, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next Let's Talk. Peace.
Link. 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 I'm sorry, but my power isn't strong enough. I can't hold it.
Has finally come. Brace yourself, Ganon, for the sting of my revenge!
This will be our final opportunity. We will not fail.
Let's go, little guy! Now! Open up wide, Ganon!
100 years in the making. Hold on, princess. Our moment has arrived.